Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk Song. Well, one of the songs we're talking about today, we're doing a double feature. I already talked about at length. And then I had corrupted audio files. So we're doing it again. But since I already talked about it and kind of hit a brick wall, we can do it a little bit quicker. We're talking about Invisible by L.J. Thomann. And I feel this is a very personal song. This is about not being seen. This is about being in high school and having to deal with, the social shit that's happening when you're growing up. And I really like what he did in the verses where he's showing kind of the development of going through this and where he's today and still kind of feeling not seen. So I will in no way ever criticize a song like this for its meaning, but maybe we can give a couple of pointers on how to make it something that more people would listen to and appreciate. I think there's a lot of good stuff already happening, so let's start with listening to it.
Since I was a child, I was quiet and never wild. Kept all my emotions in me. Did my crime when no one could see. Kept my head, stayed out of trouble. Lived my life inside a bubble. Tried to live my own life in vain. All these years now I think I am insane. What else can I say? Guess what's every lost my head and got into trouble. Lived on the edge and burst my bubble. Lived my life like a hurricane, and now I know that I've finally gone insane. What else can I say? It's better every day. Living life like this, and now my life is blessed. Since I broke the rules, now I'm not invisible. Am I still a fool? Now I wish I was a child. I'm tired of being wild. My emotions now control me. I cry for help but no one hears me. Where's my head and where's my bubble? I know I'm in real big trouble. Live my life like a hurricane, driving everyone I loved insane. But what else can I say? It got worse every day. Living life like this, and I was always missed. Since I broke the rules, and now I am invisible, because I was a fool.
Okay, let's talk about it. In the episode that I filmed but had no audio, I was trying for quite a while to make the chorus work better, reharmonizing. I couldn't get anywhere. Really couldn't get anywhere. I think primarily because the monotonous nature of the verses is repeated. It just keeps them going. So overall, immediately, I'm going to say this thing needs a different chorus. One that is less wordy because the verses are very wordy, less wordy, and more focusing on the I am invisible. I feel invisible. Less words and more repetition. Generally speaking, there is not a lot going on harmonically, which isn't a problem. So there is really just D minor, F, and C. So with the D minor starting and being such a tonal center, it is in D minor, F major, which explains why this G down here really just comes out of nowhere because it doesn't really belong there. It would be in C major, yes, but that's not where we are. We're clearly focusing on the D minor. And LJ, you've established a metric rhythm. You establish a motif. Which is really cool, but you're so stuck to it, you can't break out at all, that you're saying some words with stresses that don't really work. And I think your lyrics are extremely important because this is a very important topic. So stick as much as you can to what you've established, but maybe break out if needed. And I mean, the melody is 2 notes. Keep them the same, even though the chords change, which is cool. Maybe that. No one else could see. It's definitely very, very simple. So let's look at the phrasing of the lyrics here first. And what we can change. The thing is, whatever we fix here, we have to fix in the other verses because they are really the same rhyme scheme. If you look at it, child, wild, me, see, trouble, bubble, vain, insane. Look at verse 2. You got child, wild, out and shout, trouble, bubble, hurricane, insane. Because he's going through time and he revisits where he is in time and therefore saying, using the same words, which is cool. Ever since I was a child, now I'm not a child. And in the last one, now I wish I was a child. Talking about the last one, having another verse, especially long one, that late in the song is kind of bringing back to, oh, really, I'm doing the... You could have used exactly those words, maybe exactly those chords, but either taking it way, way down, yeah? Now I wish I was a child. Play the music innocently. I know that it's a demo, okay? You've done a demo. I get this. It's not a final production. Play it innocently. That could have been cool. Or really push it up and make it big. Listen to Wanted Dead or Alive, Bon Jovi. It's a song where the third verse actually sounds like a huge bridge. But it is just a verse, so you could have done that. But again, it's a demo. Talking about demo, you gotta get your guitars to sound a little bit better. They're kind of, a DI thing. Not the greatest, but that's okay. Use some kind of software next time. But also, they're played very sloppily. And you're singing in the chorus distracts me because there's harmonies, but you need to try to get them really tight with the main vocal. And then even go in digitally and actually edit it to really be on top of each other, to be one voice. Ever since I was a child, I was quiet and never wild. Ever since I was a child, and I was quiet and never wild. Okay, not a bad thing. Try to get it not so mono. Ever since I was a child, this is one line. I was quiet and never wild. Kept all my emotions in me. Maybe pause here there. Ever since I was a child, I was quiet and never wild. More of a wave. At least that's what I'm hearing. This is just what I would suggest if you were here and I was producing the song. Ever since I was a child, and I was quiet and never wild. Or, what I was doing yesterday, ever since I was a child, I was quiet and never wild. Why not? Kept all my emotions in me. I don't like the in. I know that's where you that's where you stresses, but kept all my emotions in me, kept all my emotions in me, kept all my emotions in me, kept all my emotions inside, maybe, but then you can't rhyme with C. See the problem, okay? But I don't like the in me. Kept all my emotions in me. Did my crying when no one else could. No one else. Because you're doing the could, see? If you're reading it, did all my crying when no one could see. No one could see. It's either the no one that is stressed or the see, not the could. Did my crying when no one could see. I don't like it and I don't think you like it. Did my crying when no one else could see and land on the next downbeat, which you can't do because you're not starting on the downbeat with the next line. Did my crying when no one else could see. Kept my head, stayed out of trouble. Lift my head inside a bubble. Works. Tried to live my own life in vain. No. Tried to live my own life in vain. In vain is the stressed one when you're saying the sentence. But do you have to say my own? New Mr. Google shirt is itchy. Try to live my own? No. Try to live my life in vain. There you go. My own, you don't need that. Try to live my life in vain. All of a sudden the vain is stress. See? Try to live my life in vain. All those years now I think I'm insane. Okay? Now, the chorus is just like the verses. It's starting after the downbeat. So what you're going to learn in our songwriting course is it would be cool to have the chorus, if the verses are starting after the beat, the chorus starts on the beat or it starts ahead of the beat. Just as a contrast, it really helps to give it a chorus feel. And I can't, for the life of me, fix the chorus. I tried. What else can I say? It's worse every day. So here's one problem with it. Gets worse every day. Sing the F there. Really? It gets worse every day. Happy? That's not prosody. That's not underlining what you're saying with the music. Now that should be gets worse every day. You know, something sad. If we skip to the end of the chorus, I spent a lot of time on this yesterday, but I couldn't make it into a chorus that I would be happy with. I would scrap it and start over and try to have less words and a clear hook. 'Cause I am invisible. I think you're doing this. And then, or am I just a fool? Okay. Here's a question. You're asking, am I just a fool? It is not an answer yet. So why not have it float? You have no float chord in there. You've got a home, which is the D minor, it's 6 minor. You've got a 1, that's a home, that's the tonic. And you've got a tense chord that wants to go somewhere. But you've got nothing where you can just rest something that's asking, are we going somewhere? That would be the B flat in this case. So, am I am invisible? Am I just a fool? Or am I just a fool? Fool. That could be cool. Or am I just a fool? Major 7. Isn't that cool? Or am I just a fool? Cool, huh? Fool. 9. Or am I just a fool? Hanging there. You're also going directly from your first chorus into your second verse, and there isn't really anything. Or am I just a fool? Now I know it. Because your fool is actually on the downbeat. That D minor right here is actually the D minor from the verse. And you're not really leaving me time to digest the chorus. Maybe have a little interlude there. Go back to the intro. Am I just a fool? No, I know I'm not a child. And so on, you're doing the same thing. So maybe play with the B flat in there, okay? What else can I say? Gets with every day, living on my own. It goes back between those two, and it's not very chorusy for me. 'Cause I'm invisible. Am I just a fool? I like the "Oh, am I just a fool?" and have that resting on the B flat. Fool, 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 fool. That's cool. Fool, fool. Major 7 is kind of cool. That's a really cool question. Hanging there. Okay. One thing I suggested was maybe have the first verse be more stagnant, more sitting there. I had a really cool chord progression, don't remember what it was, but maybe have a bass pedal happening. So just have that D sitting there. Ever since was a child. So that F doesn't really work because it's really just a D minor 7 there. But I was doing a minor over the D. So since I was a child, I was quiet and never wild. Menacing. Kept all my emotions in me. Yeah, kept all, with the D. Kept all my emotions in me. Did my crying no one else could see. Might get out of trouble. Set my life in a bubble. Tried to live my life in vain. All these years, think I now innocence. It didn't go. But all these years, and now I am insane. But I wouldn't go to the D minor again for the chorus. But so you see, you can do something a little bit different in the beginning. A minor over D, C over D, B flat. Possible, okay? Now, I like what you did with taking the same rhymes and developing it. And it's really, really cool what you did in the third verse. Now I wish I was a child, so you're grown up. I'm tired of being wild. You want to, go back to the innocent times. Not happy about the control me and here's me and me. Good rhyme, no. But then I love how you turned around the bubble and the trouble. Because it was always trouble, bubble, trouble, bubble. Now it's bubble, trouble. Clever. He changed the chorus lyrics around too. Play around with this. Play around with that a little bit to break out a little bit. You don't have to be so monotonous. You just that's okay for a bit, and then it gets pretty boring, and then the chorus doesn't really pick you up. What else can I say? It gets worse every day. Living life like this. You know what's coming. There's no There's no spark. Okay. I think you can take this somewhere and you have a demo. That doesn't mean it's written in stone. So play around with it. And if you want to, I urge you, do a version 2, send it to me, and let's talk about version 2. Let's work on it. Okay. Again, none of what I'm saying here is written in stone, or you have to do it, or someone said, well, you're just trying to make the songs like just into something you like. Yeah, I'm a producer. Someone comes into the studio and I see potential in a song, then we work on it and try to develop it where, of course, the artist wants it. But my idea of what the song could or should be flow into it. That's what a producer does. You pick the producer that has your vision. That's what happens. Okay. If you don't like it, you find a different producer, but I can only see it from my point of view. Duh. We're looking at another song. This one is by a band, pretty produced. Band's called Podgorny. No idea what that means. And the song's called Do You Believe? So here we have a song that's nothing special in many ways, but it works. You don't have to be clever. You don't have to be different. Music is supposed to evoke an emotion. And I want to drive down the road. I want to have my arm out the car and, you know, you don't have to be different than other people. Sometimes the simple stuff works. It'll be yours because you are doing it. Okay. So let's look at Podgorny's Do You Believe? And let's look at the chords. Let's look at the lyrics. We got the chords here. It's clearly in B minor. Why do we know that? Because it says B minor. So that means we got that happening, of course, with the cool guitar riff. And then, do they start with the chorus? Ah, that's the hook. Something like this. And that's actually really cool because the hook is what comes back in the chorus. It's clearly a piano. Something like this. So, very cool. And what are the chords here? They are the maidens. What is the maidens? Is it a 6, 4, 5, 6? So, essentially what we're doing here is... Okay, why maidens? Well, because you know this thing. You know, it's either 6, 5, 4. Secondary dominant of 6 or that or done a billion times, and one of the 3 riffs Maiden knows. Is it bad? Hell no, it fucking works. It works because people know it. And it immediately goes into the brain. So there's a little twist that they did, which is that A over F sharp, which essentially, that's what it should sound like, but it doesn't sound like that. So I wonder exactly what's going on there in the guitar, because this, that's an A, and A over F sharp is nothing but F sharp minor 7. So it should say F sharp minor 7 if that's what they're doing. But I'm thinking there's actually something else going on in the guitar voicing, because it doesn't sound like this. Okay, but it's cool. It's a very, very cool. And then we really don't go anywhere. Verse, same frickin' thing. Good chugging. Verse got one other chord. Well, that's the 2. And I'm playing it completely. Why am I playing a D minor? Oh, damn it! I've played piano in so long. guitar, guitar lick. And then we go from that's one thing where I would go like, well, why are we going from a B minor to a B minor? That guitar lick probably has some kind of dominant something in it because it does sound like a big build-up. On paper, it does not. On paper, there's literally no build-up happening. So I'm thinking on what they're actually doing is probably like or either an F sharp major or an A major or something. I don't know, something like that. And okay, we got intro, the hook. So they're doing the chorus without doing the chorus, you know. Verse, chorus, super simple, nothing changes. To a bridge, cool riff, absolutely. And then we'll bring the chorus down. Very, very nice, just filtered. You know, and then the big chorus again. This is simple songwriting. The E minor gives the verse a little bit of a different feel. Everything starts on B minor. I would try to avoid that to give the parts more contrast. Is it necessary? Fuck no. Absolutely not. So let's look at the lyrics. There's not a lot going on here. And that's fine. So we got, I don't know where they start. Let me find out again. Okay, perfect. So the verse is on 3, 2, 1. And then it's an E minor. So it's simple. Am I the last one to know? Okay. I don't really know what they're trying to say, but it's also a rock song and I don't really give a shit. It's like, who cares? No reason for a change or letting it all go. It says really, I'm sorry, but it really says nothing. My highest point so low. Well, we got an XXA. Point, change, return, go. Point, return, doesn't rhyme. Change, go, doesn't rhyme. So we got XXA. Okay? 2 lines that don't rhyme. And then the 3rd line rhymes with the 6th line. I like my highest point so low. That's cool. That's the one line where we go, clever. And then, bam, we go into the chorus, which has a contrast to the verse because it starts on the downbeat. Where's my pedal? Do you believe in me? Do you need, enjoy everything of me? Do you need, enjoy everything of me? Do you need of me? Do you enjoy everything of me? That's not English. Does it matter? No. I would listen to that and just have the gay old time and just enjoy the song. If they were in the studio, I'd smack their bottoms and say, dude, change that. We can find something better. But I wouldn't listen to the song and say, that bothers me. Okay, I wouldn't care. If I had to produce it, I would work on this a bit. I would try to make it slightly clever, a couple more rhymes, doing something, but it's not necessary. Little time alone can make me feel so free, can make it all so clear. It's not Shakespeare, but it's also not bad. Right now we meet eye to eye, no reason to step aside. He could have rhymed a bit more. But it's clear that in this song, this isn't about the lyrics. It's a rockin' song. And it works with all its simplicity, we're staying within the key. Form, beautiful. That little breakdown for the last verse, beautiful. It all works. You don't have to be super clever. And I'm not saying you wrote a stupid song, Podgorny people. I'm saying you stuck to the basics, you stuck to what works, and you made it your own. You can't write a new chord progression. Doesn't exist. Use what's been done before and do it well. And I think you did it well. I would put that on and just jump in the car and go, yeah. What up, motherfucker? You know, or whatever. So thanks for hanging out today. For Invisible by LJ Harmon and Do You Believe from Podgorny. Different songs. Clearly. Next week, I don't know. We'll see what's happening. I'll see you there, hopefully, with Let's Talk Song. Nobody watches these, but I don't care, because I'll keep making them. Animals at the end.